Opening. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful, tragic, and legendary stories in ancient history. Imagine having the strength of an entire army running through your veins, but carrying a secret so fragile that one wrong choice could destroy everything. This is not just an old story. It is the story of a man chosen for greatness, yet constantly fighting against his own weakness. Today, we are stepping into his shoes. Let's find out what happens when you are Samson. Chapter 1. The Numb Vow. You are a boy in Zorah. The Philistines rule over your people with fear and power. Their soldiers march through the land, and your neighbors lower their heads in silence. But deep inside your chest, something refuses to bow. Your mother tells you something you do not fully understand. No razor must ever touch your head. Your hair is not just hair. It is a sign of a sacred vow. It is the boundary between your calling and your downfall. You grow up under this mysterious command, not yet knowing that destiny is already pressing heavily upon your life. Years pass, and you become a young man. One day, you walk down toward the vineyards of Timnah. The air is sweet with the smell of ripe grapes. For a moment, everything feels peaceful. Then, suddenly, the bushes shake. A young lion leaps out toward you. You have no sword. You have no spear. You do not even have a stick. But in that moment, the Spirit of the Lord comes upon you with power. Strength rushes through your body. You face the lion and overcome it with your bare hands. When it is over, you stand alone in the quiet vineyard, staring at your hands. You tell no one, not your father, not your mother. Some secrets are too heavy to share, and slowly, you begin to realize that your life will never be ordinary. Later, you decide to marry a Philistine woman from Timnah. Your family warns you, but you do not listen. At the wedding feast, you give a riddle to 30 Philistine guests. Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. The wager is costly. 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothes. For days, the guests cannot solve the riddle. But instead of playing fairly, they pressure your bride. They frighten her and demand that she discover the answer. Day after day, she cries before you. Her tears wear down your heart. Finally, you tell her the secret of the riddle. And immediately, she gives the answer to your enemies. When the Philistine guests proudly repeat the answer back to you, anger rises within you. You realize that your trust has been broken. You leave the feast bitter and wounded. It is your first painful lesson. Strength may win battles, but a wounded heart can lead a man into danger. Later, you return for your bride, but her father has given her to another man. The betrayal cuts deeply. This time, you decide to strike back against the Philistines. You catch 300 foxes and send them into the Philistine grain fields with burning torches. The fields burn. The harvest is destroyed. The wheat, vineyards, and olive groves are ruined. What began as personal pain now becomes national conflict. The cycle of anger grows darker and darker. You strike the Philistines and then retreat to the rock of Edom, alone, in a cave. Then 3,000 men of Judah come to you. They are your own people, but they are afraid of the Philistines. They beg you to surrender. Because they are your brothers, you allow them to bind your wrists with new ropes. They bring you down to the Philistine camp at Lehi. When the Philistines see you tied up, they shout in triumph and rush toward you. But the Spirit of the Lord comes upon you again. The ropes break apart as if they were burned threads. You look down and see the jawbone of a donkey lying on the ground. You pick it up and fight back with overwhelming strength. When the battle ends, the Philistines are defeated. But you are exhausted. Your throat is dry. You cry out to God for water. Then God opens a spring, and water comes from the ground. You drink, and your strength returns. You become the judge of Israel. Yet even in victory, you are alone. For 20 years, you lead Israel, but the darkness of your desires still follows you. One night, you go down to Gaza, deep in enemy territory. The people of Gaza hear that you are there. They lock the massive city gates and wait to trap you at dawn. But you do not wait for morning. At midnight, you walk to the city gates. You grab the great wooden posts, the metal bolts, and the heavy bar. With incredible strength, you pull the gates from their foundations. Then you lift the entire structure onto your shoulders and carry it away into the night. The proud city of Gaza is left defenseless. You have become a living legend. Untouchable, powerful, proud. But every strong man has a weakness. Yours is a woman named Delilah. She is beautiful, clever, and dangerous. The rulers of the Philistines offer her a great amount of silver if she can discover the secret of your strength. She comes close to you and asks, "Please tell me where your great strength lies." At first, you play with her. You tell her lies. You say that fresh bowstrings will make you weak. But when she binds you, you break them easily. Then you say, "New ropes will hold you." But you break those too. Then she weaves your hair into a loom. Still, you escape. Again and again, you survive her tests. But Delilah does not stop. Day after day, she presses you. Her words wear down your soul. At last, you break. You tell her the truth. "No razor has ever touched my head. If my head is shaved, my strength will leave me. Then I will become like any other man." That night, you fall asleep on her lap. A man comes quietly into the room. Your hair is cut. The sign of your vow falls away. When Delilah cries out, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson!" you wake up and think you will escape as before. But this time, something is different. The Lord has departed from you. You reach for your strength, but it is gone. You are no longer powerful. You are weak. The Philistines seize you. They take away your freedom and bring you down to Gaza. There, they bind you with bronze chains and force you to grind grain in prison. You, who once carried the gates of Gaza on your shoulders, now walk in circles in darkness. Round and round you go. Your pride is broken. Your strength is gone. Your eyes can no longer see. But in the deep silence of that prison, something begins to change. Your hair begins to grow again, inch by inch, quietly. No one notices. No one is watching. But in the darkness, something deeper than physical strength begins to return. The Philistine rulers gather for a great feast in the temple of their god Dagon. They celebrate your capture. Thousands of people crowd the temple, laughing and shouting. They call for you to be brought out so they can mock you. You are led from the prison into the temple. You cannot see the crowd, but you can hear them. Their voices echo around you. Then they place you between the two central pillars that support the temple. You turn to the young boy who guides you and say, "Place my hands on the pillars so I may lean against them." Your hands touch the cool stone. You breathe deeply. Then, for the last time, you pray, "Sovereign Lord, remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just once more." You brace yourself. You push with all your strength. The pillars begin to shake. The stones crack. The temple trembles. Then the great building collapses. In your final act, the power of the Philistines is broken. You came from a miracle. You lived like a storm. You fell through weakness. But in the end, you cried out to God. And now, you are history. And there you have it, the tragic and powerful journey of Samson. His story moves from supernatural strength to deep weakness, from pride to brokenness, and from failure to one final prayer. It reminds us that human strength is never enough. A person may be gifted, strong, and chosen, but without faithfulness, even great strength can become dangerous. Samson's life teaches us that the greatest battle is often not outside us, but within us. If you enjoyed this biblical story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. And tell us in the comments, which biblical or historical figure should we cover next? Or another great figure from history? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.